You ever catch yourself thinking the same thing again and again? That one text you sent, that one mistake you made, that one moment you can't stop replaying in your head. And now, you can't sleep. You can't focus. You can't move on. Listen, overthinking doesn't protect you. It traps you. You think you're preparing for the worst, but in reality, you're just creating pain that doesn't even exist yet. Here's the truth. Overthinking isn't a sign of intelligence. It's a sign that your mind has energy, but no direction. Think about it. If someone had asked you as a kid, do you overthink? Your answer would have been, what's that? Because back then, life was simple. You just did things. You didn't think 10 times before doing them. You laughed, you played, you lived in the moment. But as we grow up, our brain grows too. And with it comes a storm of thoughts, doubts, and regrets. Now you overthink everything that gives you pain, everything that makes you feel like you messed up. And that's why your childhood felt so peaceful, because you didn't overthink back then. But you can't go back to that time. So instead, you have to retrain your mind, because overthinking is just a habit. And like every habit, it can be replaced. Tip 1, replace overthinking with sufficient thinking. Now listen, telling yourself stop overthinking doesn't work, because your mind's job is to think. So the real trick is, think only as much as needed. In childhood, your goals were clear because your thoughts were simple. Now they're buried under layers of unnecessary noise. Let's fix that. When a small decision comes your way, like choosing between an apple and an orange, you should take seconds to decide. But an overthinker, he'll research, compare, analyze for 15 minutes and call it being smart. But in reality, he just wasted 15 minutes of his life on something that never even mattered. And yes, not every decision should be rushed. If it's about your career, your life, your big dreams, then think deeply, plan properly. But when it's about your past or unnecessary fears about the future, you need to let that go. Because the more you overthink, the weaker you make yourself from the inside. So stop trying to predict the future, start preparing for it, stop regretting the past, start learning from it. And remember, you don't need to think more. You just need to think better. Tip 2, get out of your head. First thing, get out of your head and into action. When you're overthinking, your brain is stuck in a loop. And the only way to break that loop is to move. Go for a walk, write it down, clean your room, hit the gym, just do something. Because the moment you move, your brain understands you're in control. Your thoughts don't control you. You control your focus. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Start moving. Because clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing. Tip 3, question your thoughts. Here's something powerful. Not every thought you have is true. Sometimes your brain just lies to you. Whenever you start overthinking, ask yourself, is this a fact or just fear? Is this thought helping me or hurting me? The moment you question your thoughts, they start losing their power. Remember, your mind is a storyteller, but you're the editor. You decide what stays and what gets deleted. Tip 4, feed your mind better. What you feed your mind decides how you think. If you spend your whole day scrolling through negativity, drama, or comparison, your brain will automatically start overthinking. So feed it better. Read something good, work out, or just sit in silence for a while. Protect your energy like it's gold, because your peace is worth more than your notifications. What you consume, you become. So choose wisely. Tip 5, accept what you can't control. Now this one's tough, but it's the most important. You can't control people. You can't control the past. You can only control how you react. Overthinking is your mind's way of trying to fix what's already gone. So practice acceptance. Tell yourself, if it's out of my hands, it's out of my mind. Let go, not because you don't care, but because you deserve peace. Peace doesn't mean nothing's happening. It means you're okay, even when it is. Look, overthinking won't disappear overnight. But if you start applying even one of these tips today, you'll notice something: clarity. Because peace doesn't come from a quiet world, it comes from a trained mind.